At the north of Kazakhstan, among endless steppes, far from large cities, you can find this place. The place where people conquer the underground, where they turn rock into gold. Kazakhstan is one of the most attractive regions for gold mining in the former Soviet Union. The Varvarinske deposit is the first asset of Polymetal in Kazakhstan, acquired in 2009. In 2013, 107,000 ounces of gold were produced here. Varvara is located 130 kilometers from the regional center, Kostanay, and only 4 kilometers away from the Russian border. Everything starts here, in the open pit. Currently, it extends for almost 2 kilometers and is 155 meters deep.
First of all, it is necessary to carry out exploration activities, drilling, samples collection.
Samples help to determine where we have valuable gold ore and where we have barren rock. Now the main task is to separate them. Drilling and blasting teams are put on the job, requiring participation of practically all divisions of the mine. First, as always, mine surveying is done. Then all recorded data are entered into special software, which creates a 3D model of a mining block.
We start with determining the contour of the block, which is to be blasted. We mark the ore bodies, loose hanging rocks from previous blasts. It is necessary to take care of all this together, to make sure that the shovel during operation does not find itself in the wrong place, does not get stuck, and is able to process all the required material.
Based on the model, a drilling certificate is prepared, which specifies the quantity, depth, and exact location of future holes. Now the drill rigs will come.
This block has been drilled with 6-meter deep holes.
By the way, it looks like this blast is going to be spectacular. Not only the mining block itself is really huge, 72,000 cubic meters, but also as many as 670 holes will be drilled in it. After drilling, an explosive booster is put into each hole to 5-meter depth. And then charging machines start operation. They prepare the explosive directly on site.
Here we see 2 machines. It is like a mini factory. We charge a rail flex explosive, which consists of 5 components.
When the components are mixed together, they become an explosive right before charging, and it looks like a liquid bubble gum. While the next preparation stage continues in the open pit, here, in the computer version, mine surveying data are constantly updated.
These green areas which you see in the holes, these are the charges.
The important thing is not just to blast, but also to make it that the way that the equipment at the open pit works as efficiently as possible. That's why a future blast is created in a 3D version.
The accuracy will be about 90%. One can see here how the blast will work.
Blasts take place in the open pit twice a week, on Monday and Friday. Very strict safety rules are in place here on these days. When holes are being charged, the protection zone is 20 meters. During the blast, the mining equipment is removed 200 meters away and the people 500 meters away. This is how the blast looked on the computer. And this is how it looks in the real life.
The people and the equipment have been withdrawn beyond the bounds of the hazard zone. The posts have been placed. The open pit is ready for the blast. After the blast, one has to wait for a while, for air to clear. Then monitoring personnel is sent to measure dust and gas levels. They then give permission to look for charges that may have not detonated.
So, an hour after the blast, the work activities are already in full swing.
As we speak, 19 dump trucks are operating. One is being repaired, as well as 6 units of loading equipment are also working.
The mine dispatcher monitors everything that takes place in the open pit. Each item of equipment here is tied to Gilinas navigation system, and the monitor shows everything that is happening live. Previously, before the satellite system was installed, the dispatcher had to literally watch like an eagle.
For example, before, when we wanted to find a certain equipment, we had to go outside and use our old instrument, field glasses.
Not at every deposit one can see such a giant. This is a walking excavator, Yesha 1070. It has 10 cubic meters of bucket capacity and 70 meters of maximum beam length. Inside, it is a real factory, and its operation is a constant perfection.
It is the only shovel which can dig to 24-meter depth. You do not need to spend money on access roads for dump trucks. They stay behind, on dry soil, and the shovel, 20 meters in each scoop and upwards.
Besides, this equipment exerts a much lower unit pressure on soil due to its large base. Therefore, it can walk where all other equipment will sink or get stuck. Polymetal was set up in 1998 in St. Petersburg, and since then the number of its assets has been rapidly growing. Among them is the Vodo deposit in the Sverdlovsk region, the Urals, Olona, Dakat, and Omolon deposits in the Magadan region, Hakanja and Albizino in the Khabarovsk region. The Amursk pressure oxidation plant operates there too. The Moskoye deposit is located in the Chukotsky Autonomous District. In Kazakhstan, besides the Varvara deposit, Polymetal is developing the Hizil Gold project, acquired in 2014. As at all other mines of the company, Varvara operates round the clock and all year round. The only thing that can delay activities in the open pit for a short while is severe Kazakhstan winter.
Yes, cold can interfere with our work. We have a rule. When the temperature drops below 40 degrees, we reduce the equipment load. The load of the materials handling equipment goes down to 80% of the bucket capacity and 70% of the dump truck capacity in order to protect the equipment in such frost.
The vehicle and equipment wear is an issue not only of the production efficiency, but also the personnel safety, and it is always preferable to identify the deficiency at an early stage, when it is not yet visible. That's why there is a unique specialist at the Varvara deposit. He is quite a rare profession, a non-destructive test engineer.
Checking of all the metals for thickness, wear, corrosion. If there is a deviation from the given standards, we record it and report.
The scope of work of a non-destructive test engineer covers all the deposit, from the metallurgical shop to shovels. By the way, one of the most hazardous workplaces for shovels is here, at the ore blending area. All ore mined at the open pit is brought here, but sharp pieces of valuable rock used to cut the huge tires. So, for protection, they were covered with chains.
We practically tripled the tire service life. This is very economically advantageous in view of the cost of one tire. A chain weighs 2.5 tons.
Now the tires together with the chains are replaced once a year, and the shovel tirelessly transfers ore for processing. It loads in the receiver bin. From the bin, the ore goes to the crusher. There, it is crushed to 200 millimeter size. Then, by conveyor, the ore goes to another operation, i.e. grinding. The ore is ground in these huge mills. Inside the mills are filled with these steel balls. Under the shock effect of the balls, the ore is ground to 0.007 millimeters.
The ground ore is very fine. One could call it flour in general understanding. The flour, which is usually seed.
The The gold flour diluted with water goes to such huge tanks. Each of them has a volume of about 2,000 cubic meters. Cyanide is added there. This process is called cyanide leaching.
Вот это есть наша пульпа, прошедшее дробление, измельчение.
This is our pulp, which was crushed and milled, classified, and here cyanide has been added already, which results in gold dissolution, gold transferred to liquid state.
Уже здесь происходит растворение золота, перевод в жидкое состояние.
1 cubic meter of this liquid contains approximately half a gram of gold. At the next stage, which is called sorption, activated carbon is added to the pulp. Carbon absorbs the finest particles of the precious metal. Then the carbon goes to stripping.
The stripping process is opposite to sorption. In other words, gold is stripped from carbon back into the solution, but this time to a pure solution with addition of reagents.
Then this purified solution goes to electrowinning, which is the process of metal recovery proper. As a result, cathode residue is produced, which is the feed material of the process plant. Metallurgists work with this material further. Just to find oneself in this shop is a great piece of luck. Some people who work day and night at the open pit or the plant have never seen how a gold bar, which is the result of all their efforts, is produced. The raw material coming to the metallurgists has a variable gold grade, say 86 and 92%.
So if the difference is more than 2%, we make separate bars. For example, today we will have 2 90% bars and 1 88% bar.
Gold grade in the future bars is monitored very closely while the furnace is heating up. Because gold is smelted at 1060 degrees temperature, the metallurgists put on special proximity suits and they mix gold-containing raw material with a specially selected mixture which is called flux. Flux consists of borax, soda, silica, ammonium nitrate. The composition depends on the content of admixtures present in the raw material, and the flux components serve to remove all the impurities as slag. Now the mixture is ready, and it is loaded into the furnace. The metallurgist is always on the lookout, and he is relying on his experience only when deciding when to stir the molten metal and when it is time to cast a bar. The metal is cooled with compressed cold air. Then the bars are removed from molds, and the dark crust is removed. This is slag. Then the bar finally cools down in the water, and the slag is removed from fine pores using a special tool. Now it is all done, and the only thing remaining is to chase a serial number onto yet another gold bar.
This is bar number 968. Since we produce 15 to 16 bars per month, in November we expect to produce number 1000.
So far, these are not yet these gold bars, which are kept in bank vaults. These are called door bars, containing 90% gold and silver and 10% impurities. From the plant, the door bars are sent to the refinery for further refining, and only then will they become 100% gold. To achieve this, we have numerous professionals here at the Varvara deposit who do their job in any weather and defy all challenges no matter what.